decided to do a video. I am comfortable speaking. I'm getting my bachelor's degree in media communications once I'm done with this class. I have been one of the news anchors for the University of Toledo for UT10 News, and that's finally over. So I'm very confident and comfortable speaking on camera. I enjoy it actually, so I decided to pick this one. My parents actually made me and my three siblings all go to school, and we could pick anything we wanted. We just needed to get a 4-year degree. So one of my sisters picked art, one of them's accountant, one of them picked um, nurse practitioner. And I picked media communications because I was able to talk. So I'm doing my assignment on Maya Angelou. When I was in 3rd grade for Black History Month in February, we got to pick someone from the civil rights movement, and I picked Maya Angelou. So we had like a wax museum, and whenever someone pushed my button, I would give my information about Maya Angelou. And ever since then, I've been fascinated and amazed by her. So Maya Angelou is an American author, poet, civil rights activist, published several autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, television shows spanning over 50 years, received a dozen of awards, and 50 honorary degrees. Maya Angelou was born April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. She passed away May 28th, 2014 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina when she was 86 years old. She was raped by the age of 8 by her mother's boyfriend. When she used her words to say what happened, her uncles killed him. She stopped speaking for about 5 years. Maya said, "I thought my voice killed him. I killed that man because I told his name." She later said, "I thought I would never speak again because my voice would kill anyone." She had her son at the age of 16. She got tangled up with drugs and danced at a nightclub, where she was discovered by a theater group. She auditioned and won the role for an international tour in 1954 to 1955. She toured 22 countries. In 1959, she moved to New York and became friends with prominent Harlem writers. In 1961, she moved to Egypt and edited for the Arab Observer. When leaving her boyfriend, she headed to Ghana and got into a car accident where her son was severely injured. So at the hospital where they treated him, she took a job nearby at the African Review and stayed for several years. When she returned to the States, she began publishing and writing her autobiography, which she then did for a decade and released 3 of them. In 1981, Angelo was appointed professor of the American Studies at Wake Forest University. She was nominated for several awards and read a poem written for the occasion of President Clinton's inauguration. So she has just been through so much in her time of living. Like after the incident with her mom and her boyfriend, when she was that little, her grandma raised the brother and her in Arkansas. So I never knew that she lived in other countries until I was doing the research for this assignment. So I kind of been thinking about Maya Angelou for a while, and then when we had to do this assignment, and then we were reading the poems, and I found the one I loved, and then I liked it so much, and I was so fascinated that it was by Maya Angelou. I was like, wow, after all these years, I'm still like connected and amazed by her. Every time I do research about her, I learn something new. So the poem I decided to do is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beast with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells humming in my living room. Just like the moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed down and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like the teardrops, weakened by soulful cries? Does my hopefulness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I beat in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into daybreak that's wonderfully clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that made my ancestors' graves, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. So she repeatedly says, I rise throughout the poem. So I love that because in my life hasn't always been so nice to me, but I don't have any other option but to rise. And it's insane to me that people can say, oh, I would never have expected you to be riding a bike a month after your father passed. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I need to still live. After my sister passed away, in 2016, I questioned dropping out of school to help my parents raise her 3 kids. But I didn't. I still kept going. And then after 2 years, I did take a break. I just felt overwhelmed with life. And then my dad made a smart comment, and that's why I decided to go back to school to prove to him that I will finish this degree. So he passed in July 2020, and I started going back to school in August 2020. I took summer classes because I wanted to prove to him that I was so ready to go back. So this poem, like whatever life throws at you, it's still amazing to rise because people just are so amazed by what someone does after someone so close passes to you. Like, I use school as a distraction for me. So this poem definitely spoke volumes to me. It just spoke to my soul. So I love this poem, the repetitive of how she says I rise, and then she says all these things, and it amazes people that she was amazing because all the things she went through in her life. So this is why I chose this poem. And I'm glad that I did the video instead of the essay because I feel like I can just speak and you guys can understand my feelings towards Maya Angelou and her poems. I hope you guys enjoyed this poem as much as I did.